They're a machine. And we're sitting here talking about guys getting into practice. So I get optics being not great for a Niner fan on August 19th. I get that.
I guess my next question then, and I'm just here to listen. I'm here to listen. Because you guys already know my answer. My next question then, at 888-957-9570, is there any carryover from the preseason to the regular season? Because one man just said in Alameda, was it Joe in Alameda, that he wants to see his guys playing. Kansas City's getting ready for a three-peat, and we're laughing on the sideline. Is there any carryover effect? I swear, like in the regular season when the Niners were 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, nobody ever talked about that Raider game in Las Vegas last year.
No, but this is my belief on preseason. It's not the games. To me, it's the totality of the training camp, the everyday practice, the grind, the everyone coming together, and you're fighting each other every single day for every inch. And as a team, you build up a unity to go on this journey. It's not about a series here or a series. Like I'm not losing my mind over any of the preseason games, but there is something to be said for the work you put in pays dividends in December. The totality of the work you put in now pays dividends in January and in February. Like I do understand. Like I look at the Bosa season as a good microcosm of like, yeah, it felt like he was chasing the preseason work he missed out on all throughout the regular season. That's all. I don't think it's the end all be all. I don't think but it will catch up to you at some point. I do believe that, and I go back to the same thing.
It caught up to the Niners in overtime in the Super Bowl.
Did they look like they were conditioned? Wait, be real. What was Bosa doing on the sideline?
Well, Bosa always takes plays off.
He was gassed, was he not?
He's been doing that his whole career, though. He takes plays off. How many series have you seen Bosa start on the sidelines?
Oh, that's happened, but not with 3 minutes to go in the season.
Every
on
season,
the line in the Super Bowl.
But I'm not sure how preseason is going to affect you. Again, his mom came on the show and said he's been working his ass off. So I don't know. I don't know.
Look, I'm not here to say the sky is falling. I'm just a believer in like all the practice and all the work and everything that you put in. It gives you that extra little something come December and January. It's not the end all be all. It's not going to ruin your entire season. But I do think at some point it does catch up to you a little.
Mr. McCaffrey was in training camp. He went to all the OTAs and he fumbled in the damn Super Bowl.
No doubt.
Deebo Samuel worked his ass off and he still strained a hamstring. You know what I'm saying? Guys, Trent Williams did his thing. He still missed blocks in the Super Bowl. You know, Drake Greenlaw worked his ass off. Next thing you know, he's got tendonitis in his Achilles, and then boom, it snaps right on the sideline. So I don't know how much preseason affects January football.
No, but the reps, I do think like when I listen to Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford, they're like we threw every day for 8 months straight, and then that was the difference from them hitting a big third down to Cooper Kupp in stride and not like I'm not even saying it's one rep here or a preseason game there. It's the totality of the work you put in.
I hear you, but at the same time, I look at Brandon Ayuk and Brock Purdy last year, where they did have training camp, but they didn't have the offseason. Nobody had the offseason. All Purdy did, coming off an offseason in which he did not throw, and he rehabbed the entire time. All he did was put up historical numbers for the San Francisco 49ers, so I think it works both ways. I don't know. Let's go to Doug in Berkeley. Doug in Berkeley, what's happening?
Hey guys, good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Doug.
Had a good weekend. I hope you guys had a good weekend, starting off the week well. I just turned you on. I hear you talking about, playing guys, during preseason. And the first thing I heard was Kyle Shanahan's explanation for why he played Purdy and, he doesn't have a, left guard to protect him and yada, yada. His explanation for a guy who's so brilliant at drawing up plays and schemes, his explanation sounded like a dumb football guy. Duh. And it wasn't like he's trying to hide something and not give it. It was like, I couldn't believe it. And it's like, how can you have a guy who's so smart say something so dumb? This is what we do. It was like, this is what we do in the preseason of football. We play a couple of. I was really disappointed in that. I don't know what your guys' take on it was, but just play it back again. It just sounds like a dumb jock's answer. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.
I should have stuck to my guns.
The answer was a little. It was a little like. Well,
I mean, yeah, it's.
I get what he's saying. I don't think anyone's outraged though.
Yeah, nobody's outraged.
I think this feels very measured.
Nobody's outraged. Brock wanted to get out there. He knew early in the week he was going to get out there.
I'm not mad at him.
He wanted to
playing.
run around and get some reps. It's whatever. He didn't get hurt. He's healthy. Got to run around, get a sweat in.
Okay, maybe there's two types of people. Like when I'm at the range, right? When I'm at the range, I want to finish on a good swing. Right. Like when I'm in the gym empty, like I want to finish on
no doubt.
On
you got to
make,
hit a shot.
Right? Like and when I'm in the cage, I want to finish with a line drive, right? So just the way I view things, I thought last year when they had that one drive where they scored that touchdown and they went boom, 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 right down the field. It's like, all right, we're ending on a high note. I feel really good. I don't think it means anything come third drive of game one or whatever. Like, oh my God, we didn't score in the preseason. It's just more like this. I believe in the little things in the mental, like finishing on a positive note. But that's more me just being a whack job and being, into like omens and things like, and that's just the superstitious athlete in me.
I can't remember the 49ers preseason records to save my life. How they ended drives. How they finished drives.
I disagree.
How they ended games.
You remember the New Orleans game against Greg Williams?
Yeah, they blitzed.
Exactly.
Because it was something personal with Harbaugh. And
you remember where
Harbaugh,
you were when Jared Hayne returned those kicks?
Well, I mean, I watched them. I don't remember where I were.
You remember when Nate Davis from Ball State had the two gloves on and he was matriculating the ball down the field?
Oh, my gosh. Preseason football. It's not like it. Nothing like it. 5-2-0. Chris Jones set the first game last season. He looked amazing against us in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't go to training camp either. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let's go to JD in San Francisco. JD, what's happening?
What up, fellas?
What's up, baby?
How y'all doing this morning, man?
Oh, man, I can't complain.
As a former player and a coach, I work with a lot of athletes, and I will say that when it comes to preseason, most of the guys, they just want to get a feel for intensity. Right? It's not necessarily like they need extra reps or anything like that. Preseason more so is a way to get yourself used to the intensity. So some guys, they need that touch on intensity of game feel. And then some guys don't, right? Like you get a guy like Trent Williams, he's been doing it for so long, he can ramp himself up and understand the intensity of the game. Whereas you get guys like the rookies and you hear about guys having like pregame jitters or the first game jitters, it's because they didn't get that chance to touch that intensity prior to the game. So oftentimes, like slow starters is because you need those touches. So it may be a thing like Mahomes. It's not necessarily he needs to practice reps. He just wants to get a feel for going through his pregame routine, getting himself going, right? And so I think that's more so what it is for a lot of guys. It's like, hey, let's just go through the paces of what the game feels like and then get it out from there. But I don't think you can look at it one way or the other, like, oh, this guy played horribly, this guy played great.
Agreed.
So he's going to have a good season. It's more so just getting guys used to the intensity and feel of the game.
I can see that. So you want to go through the warm-up routine. You want to put your uniform on.
To that.
You want to get the starting lineup. All right.
Good call. It's
all right.
Measured call.
Timeouts here. Where's the sideline? Where's our Gatorade going to be? I get all that. I get that. I do get that. By the way, I'm gonna talk about the Warriors in just a second here. Because Mark Stein wrote something here that I think will uplift Warrior fans.
Well, Rich Paul's on my list.
Well. Oh, you just love Rich Paul.
No, I do not.
Oh,
I do not.
Like him again? Oh.
It bothers me.
It does.
Yeah, that's an agent who gets his players paid.
Oh, does he with his fake cell phone calls sideline?
Hey, that's a player. He's dating Adele too. He's
they're engaged.
Oh, they're engaged. Hey,
it's true love.
Hey, Rich Paul made it from the mud, baby. I got respect for Rich Paul.
Clinging to LeBron.
Hey, he gets his players paid.
He sets fire to the rain.
Ooh. 49er minded in Roseville. 49er minded in Roseville. What's happening?
What's cracking? How you guys doing?
Good. Can't complain.
Awesome. Another preseason game in the books. We saw some nice plays by Josh Dobbs. Offensive line was very shaky for Purdy, unfortunately. And I didn't have the all-22s. Obviously, I didn't sit there and scout the game. But were guys getting open for Purdy? Because I've never seen Purdy. It's been a while since I've seen Purdy that hesitant to throw.
No one was open.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because Cowing, once Dobbs got in there, Cowing was balling. Was he in there many routes when Purdy was playing?
I think he ran one or two. They had Conley, Trent Taylor. It was a who's who of poo-poo platters.
That's funny.
Preseason football, man. Oh, man, a tradition. Oh, look at that. Wells Portal's closed.
One second. Before I pass you this, let's get legal.
Oh, Suchi.
Who sent that?
Oh, Suchi man. Suchi made. I may need some of that. Forgot how. It's been a while. I've detoxed. I've been in rehab. I have. That's what preseason talk makes me want to do.
Time out.
Even
Time
going
out.
to the
You're
game
over there
yesterday.
going, this is the same guy who said the streets are telling me Trey Lance played good yesterday.
I was joking.
No, you weren't.
Was joking.
This is the same guy who said Caleb
trolling.
looks awesome. So for other
Caleb,
teams, you can assess them. But for the Niners, nothing can be told.
No. I'm assessing the 49. I'm assessing everything. Caleb looks the part. Caleb looks the part. Who else did I say? Trey Lance? I didn't watch a single snap of that Raider Cowboy game.
So then
not one snap.
How did you know that the street said that he played well?
Because my phone lights up whenever Trey Lance does something.
Who sent it to you?
Well, I'm not going to reveal my sources. No, it wasn't Guru at all. I haven't heard from Guru. No.
This is
No, it wasn't from Tyler Miller.
No, I think Goo tweeted, he's like, wow, Trey Lance looks like a serviceable quarterback. And I quote tweeted all caps, Goo, he was the number 3 overall pick.
The poor guy.
Poor guy. No, you get people who tag you in things, Instagram, Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So I get a bunch of that.
Okay, I got you.
So I get a bunch of that where it's
when
like.
you say the streets, you make it out like someone on the corner is like, yo, you see Trey Lance? Like as you're like walking into 7-Eleven.
Gotta show you this Trey Lance highlight.
I mean, like
it's something to make us seem cool. Like we got our ears tapped into the streets. I haven't been on the streets in years. No, but it's like, hey, the streets are talking. That's my way of saying people are tagging me in things with Trey Lance.
Now I'm imagining
too big for the streets.
Too big. No, I'm not
we
too
need
big
to get
for
the streets are talking. That needs to be a segment. We need to have Jay-Z's The Streets is Watching. Is he that? Is he this? Is he a blood? Is he a Crip?
Well,
you know. You guys don't know that song, huh?
Yeah, I know. I love that song. The streets are saying that Trey Lance, and then I log on to Twitter. I go on to Twitter, and the first thing that popped up, the For You. I can't get rid of that For You or your timeline, so it's always For You. Yeah. And I see all the wackadoodles for the For Yous. I'm like, how the hell do I get this? Well, anyway, the For You, what's my guy's name for the Las Vegas Review-Journal?
Vinny Bonsignore. We
had him on back in the day when he was talking about the moves from the Raiders and the Rams and all that. But he tweeted, maybe the Raiders should trade for Trey Lance. And I trolled by quote tweeting that tweet with the boy from The Wire. Who's the boy from The Wire? Who was Avon Barksdale's right-hand man. He ended up taking a rap. He was Weebay.
There you go.
And he has a whole, the meme. You know the meme where Weebay was like, yes. So I quote tweeted that. And a couple of people was like, Bonte, go to bed. Don't do this. So I was just trolling. I didn't watch a single snap of Trey Lance. Now, I kind of want to see what Trey Lance did with the Cowboys backups.
So you're going to go back and watch the All-22s?
No, probably not.
So, okay, let's just say hypothetically he looked great. I don't even know, but let's say he looked great. What does that mean?
It means not a damn thing. Doesn't mean a damn thing.
See, to me, the only thing, young players, do you look completely overwhelmed? Doesn't mean you're done or finished. It's just do you look comfortable or overwhelmed? And when I watch some of these young players play, Daniel Jones, great example. Daniel Jones has been in the league a long time.
Oh, he looked
completely overwhelmed, and he was making throws that were horrible. And I'm like, Daniel Jones.
I'll ask Spadoni, my boy Spadoni.
What's up?
Because the streets that we talk about are basically the Twitter streets and the IG streets and the Facebook streets and the DM streets.
Totally.
And sometimes some text messages, even though I'll never reveal the text messages I receive, Shasky. Can't do that. Can't give up the salsas. The salsas?
No.
Sources.
I'll give you a 3 for the Chris Broussard.
Sauces?
Yeah. So how did Trey Lance look?
Yes.
He looked fine. I mean, Gardner Minshew started the game for the Raiders. He looked whatever, and he's going to be the starter, I guess, because Aiden O'Connell threw a pick-6 in that game after leading a touchdown drive. Antonio Pierce doesn't know what he's doing. It's going to be a total bleep show in Vegas this year. But Trey Lance looked fine. But again, he was going up against mostly third stringers and stuff like that. And third stringers on the Raiders are really like fifth stringers everywhere else.
Damn.
Sure, no, but I would take him as a third stringer or a backup. We were talking about Aiden O'Connell looking better in preseason game 1 last year, making his first ever start in the NFL. And Trey Lance, that was a must-win game for him, and he didn't. Remember that?
Yeah,
that was the conversation this time last year. And now we're talking about him taking over Aiden O'Connell as a backup. So it's what does that mean?
Trust me, I remember.
But sure, I'll take him. Like at this point, I don't
starting
care.
to come around that Jim Harbaugh maybe should have been the coach and not Antonio Pierce?
I don't know. They have a quarterback. They're paying him $bajillion. And he has a broken foot or plantar fasciitis, so that'll be fun week 1. Can't wait for the handshake between AP and Jim Harbaugh. Be like nuclear.
Well, speaking of former flameout top picks, Joey Bart batting .278, 12 home runs, 36 RBIs. He's got 48 hits. It would take Casey Schmidt 4 years to get 48 hits.